Just to tweak a scenario. It's a scenario I built over the weekend. I say tweak, I'm going to try to. Only if I've got the right stock installed. I thought I did have. Oh, well done, Graham. Thanks, Graham. I'll just adjust that now. Good evening, Luke. Hope you're well. I'm good, thank you, Luke. Right, that's all. Okay, just drive. Okay, so this is a scenario that I made over the weekend, purely because on what day was it? Saturday? I guess it must be Saturday. Let's get this set up a minute. Marker lights, instrument light. It had been Friday morning. I took my kids up to Chippenham Station, which is where we're starting this scenario. Spent about an hour there and watched a few trains come in. We got there at around this time. So every train that you see in this scenario is one that I found on real-time trains running to the scheduled timetable. They were running a little bit late on the day. But in particular, yes, we're driving the 151. Check the tail lights are on. Yeah. And the scenario I've called Swindon Return, quite simply because it goes from Chippenham to Swindon and back. So let's take the brakes off. So I thought I'd make the scenario because it's about 45 minutes or so. And there was some interesting stock we saw. Fortunately, we didn't see any 800s. In fact, we did see one from a distance as the station came into view when we were walking up, but it was gone by the time we got to the station. And then when we got home, I came up into the loft, looked out the window, and an 800 went by. We missed 2 of them, but we saw, in fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen me post the 43185, the intercity liveried Great Western, which we will see in this scenario. And I don't recall the numbers, but we saw HST with 2 of the first Great Western blue power cars, but with the green set of coaches, which is in here. The only one I haven't put in, which I've got to, is there's a set going about at the moment with, I think it's the buffet car, is actually in the green GWR colour. The rest of it is in the old first Great Western blue, purple, whatever you want to call it. No, look, I haven't seen the 3 car. I've seen the 4 car, but I haven't seen the 3 car running. I say I've seen the 4 car, I haven't seen it personally, I've seen it on social media. Bit of a delay on the rail driver there, I think because I clicked out of it. I believe it is, Graham. It's, I'm sure I got it in the one of the Steam sales, and it was like ridiculously cheap. I just got to put my security in. I'm logging in on Steam on my MacBook. Yes. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't know how. I always take reviews, certainly negative ones, with a pinch of salt. Yes, it's the BR150-1 add-on, which at the moment's about £7 or £8. I think I got it when it was 80% off. The Explorer render around the map. I haven't. I have just literally cropped the window in the display in OBS. Because if I move one of the toolbars down, you see it comes into shot there at the top of it. So I've just cropped that window in OBS. I was having a look through Steam earlier today actually, but there's, of everything in my wish list, absolutely nothing's on sale, so of course, yeah, Dovetail got their own spring sale on, haven't they? I haven't looked at it yet, to be honest. Just loading the web page now. Three, 2, 5, 4, 4, 2 and a 4, 2, 2. Green signal still. And with this, we're coming through Wootton Bassett Junction now, so there's the lines from the left. Those go off to Bristol Parkway in Cardiff and Swansea. It's quite an easy drive, this. I did have a little bit of trouble with this scenario because of where one of the trains is pathed. like I said, every train on here I've looked up on real-time trains, and everything that every train that I could see that's worth putting in, I've put in. But the pathing of it doesn't, TrainSim doesn't seem to like it. So I should be cleared technically to go into a platform, but I have to wait for another train to stop at another platform and then cross my path. And I've tried different settings of what a train should be in terms of its use, its service, but that doesn't seem to affect it. So I will get what looks like a yellow signal. Now if I go through that yellow signal, the points, and I've done it 3 times, the points will change last second, and then I end up derailing. And then one time I tried it, I went through the yellow, stopped at the points, they changed, reversed back behind the signal turned to red, the train crossed the path, then I got green and went into the platform fine. So apart from one signal, which I need to stop, wait for it to go to red, the scenario is accurate. Now the double yellow. London Faversham, I really like that route. That's, in fact, yeah, that's one of my favourite routes. We'd do a scenario on that next if you like. Right, you'll see here we've got a 20 limit coming up. That will disappear. We've got a single yellow. In fact, we had a single yellow there. That was a double yellow every time I've done this before. So maybe somehow it's sorted itself out. It's one of the first HSTs that we saw. It looks like this has actually worked this time. We actually have a red, which is good. Maybe where I've built the scenario. And then actually rebooted the game. Except I've noticed, never noticed it before, there's a couple of street lights there from the road below the bridge, sticking up through the bridge. We have a red, and we'll be sat here for a little while. According to real-time trains, we need to be in the platform first. But TrainSim being TrainSim doesn't like the routing. So effectively what would happen is we would be in a platform, a train would come into another platform and then disappear off behind us. TrainSim doesn't like that, so we've got to wait here for that other train to come into a different platform and then cross our path and leave. And then we're clear to go in the platform. Although, looking on the timetable, it did arrive about the same amount of time late as we do in this, so maybe it had to do that as a path. You'll see here, we are just south of Swindon, or west of Swindon, whichever way you look at it. And we're up to this signal here. Now there's a train there just leaving in front of us. Come from Carmarthen, South Wales, heading to London. There will be another train coming in, which is actually there. London to Cheltenham. Is currently waiting its signal, and that one will come into this platform where this train's leaving from, so that's why that one was waiting, and then it'll cross our path and head up this Kemble route up towards Cheltenham. Once it's cleared that, we'll then be cleared to go into platform 1. So why it won't let us go into platform 1 until after this train's ready to depart, I don't know. I'll have a look at that later, Graham. When did the train hit you if it was if you hadn't gone right, unless you cleared the whole signal, did you? The whole train cleared the signal. So there we go, this one's moving in now. See, a signal block is cleared. See, now we've been given a yellow. Okay, so I got here earlier than I normally have then. But if I look at my route, I'm still not pathed into the platform. So I end up derailing. Ah, I see. So even though I've got the yellow, I'm not going to move yet. In fact, what we'll do is trains in neutral. Yeah. Jump up to Swindon. Yeah. See, he's also got yellow, which actually crosses our path. So we can sit here. There he is coming in. Be crossing over. I've just realised I've put this the wrong way around. There's no driver in the cab. He's got a green now. back to my train. Now I've got a red. Okay, so we'll just wait patiently for this one to move. You might be able to see it. Just see it there. We're on this middle track here, and we need to get over here like this, and then into platform 1, which is to the left of this 150 that's in the station already. Means crossing paths. This HST will be coming out here, and bearing round to the right. You can see we're sat down there, the signal. Just wait for the this HST to depart. There he goes. We jump back in our train ready. We can see he's pulling out and he'll cross our path and go in between these two buildings on the left. And then once he's cleared, we should get our signal to get into the platform. Follow our track up, and then we need to go into this 20 zone here, which you see where the issue is. Wait for our signal now. Hopefully. Request to pass signal, danger approved. We've also got to request it, so. Don't know why. So. You can see there's another HST arrived at Swindon as well. Is my watch telling me to go to bed? You heard that? Right, where's the 2-car stopping here? I only assume it's around about that bridge. Okay. Is that the Sheerness one, the extension to London Faversham, is it? Right, we're here now, so we can hear something. There's a HST leaving. Right, Graham. Oh, yeah, I haven't got that one. It's on my wish list. It's one that I'm going to try and get in the next sales, I reckon. HST leaving Swindon and another one arriving. I've got all the drivers the wrong way round. I did chuck it together quite quickly, so. But this whole train's facing the wrong way. Should be first class at the London end. This one's actually followed us up from Chippenham. It's just a regular First Great Western Power Car. Right, we need to swap ends, so we'll turn off the headlight, turn off the marker light, turn off the instruments, turn on the tail lights, put it into neutral, brakes on full. Can we turn the key on here? Yeah. Check out the front. We are all go. Hop down to the other end. So turn off the tail lights, on the markers, on the instruments. All set to go. And we leave here at 47, so we've got 4 minutes yet. We go to the map, we can see that train is actually come from Paignton to London Paddington. Like I said, I went through real-time trains. The ones that I saw at Chippenham I made a note of. And not so much the numbers, just the services that they were running. And then went through real-time trains to put in all the other AI, so. remember if there's anything else coming from this side. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. That's that one leaving. There's one there that I forgot to actually put its service in. But we will see that one when we're heading back the other way. Oh, I just got that screenshot just in time. So we'll just wait now till now I haven't actually driven this scenario back the other way. The fact that we've got a red signal is a bit worrying. Yes, it does, Graham. Isn't the Glasgow Edinburgh on the wish list? Let me have a look. Yeah, Glasgow to Edinburgh is also on the wish list. I think the reason I put it in separately is because it's just a reminder for me, because it's required for some scenarios that I've got. Ooh, is it? Straight to the store, let's have a look. Search the store. Oh yeah, it is. It's half price. Now if I look at that route on Steam, it's obviously not on sale on Steam, that's a dovetail only sale. Oh, going to go. But we are not allowed to pass the signal. But when I look at it on Steam, there is a package where it includes EWS and Freightliner Class 08s. Move up to this red signal. To be fair, it's saying we're going to be 10 minutes late into Chippenham, so 7 minutes late into Chippenham. So we're probably going to be held here for a little bit. Have a look, see. No. that is also, yeah, so the EWS Freightliner 08s are also 50%. Okay, that's good to know. Just going to tab every now and again. Excuse me. Well, I've never actually bought anything from Dovetail's website. It's always bought directly through Steam, so. Right, our ETA is not ticking up yet, so I'm guessing we haven't been approved past this. Let's look at the map. Path is running down there. Right, I see what's happening here. That's one thing I didn't actually check, was the pathing out of Swindon. I was meant to put it onto Swindon West down Main, because we should, in platform 1, come down here, cross over there, yeah. And we're actually waiting for this train, which is as yet. I didn't put the service in there. All I can tell you is it's come from Wales. That's all I know, and it's heading to London. Just going through Wood and Bassett Junction now, so we've got a couple of minutes to wait here. Wait for it to come into view. While it's waiting, I'm just going to load Steam up in here. Welcome back, Luke. Ah, there we go. I was just trying to work out. For some reason I cannot I can't open the link. I've just got hold of the Glasgow Edinburgh route and the EWS Freightliner Class 08. Unless it's because I'm doing it on the Mac. Copy link. Let's try and open it in Chrome. Must be a Safari thing then. Right. While I'm waiting here. I will activate this. perfect. Oh, there's the train coming in. But for some reason it hasn't loaded the skins. There we go. Little trick there. You ever get that where it only loads like the buffers and the couplings? Put the camera out of the way, out of shot, and then it will load them in when you come back into view. Still denied. That's probably because it's not cleared the signal block yet. It's in the player. Right, we should have clearance now. Not letting us. Oh, this is... Right. So we've solved that. Or is it expecting me to go the other way? I hope not. Right, because this is my own scenario. Not letting me pass the signal, although the track is cleared. Might be because I haven't routed it properly. So let's ignore this red, it'll probably put the emergency brakes on. Or not. Our path is out. And our clock was ticking up, so we're now 10 minutes late arrival to Chippenham. I'm going to speed, not worried about it. Only until we've cleared these points. Right, so I think there we go, the class 170 is now showing as in my library, along with Glasgow to Edinburgh and GWS and Freightliners 08. We're actually on the wrong track here. We should be moved over, so yeah, that's my pathing thing. I don't know where the next set of points are. Oh, it's going to be near Wootton Bassett Junction, isn't it? I did actually look at that and wonder, why is it all the way back up there? There we go. And it looks like they are set for us to switch back over, so... It's probably my pathing that's actually screwed it up. While I remember, I need to add that we've got a green signal, which is good. That new content to my content list. We better back off because we've got a 40 limit. That'll be where we're switching over to the correct line. Yeah, I'm making a content list, so... Oh, we got a red. Oh, this could be serious. I'm making a content list of everything within TrainSim that I have. So that, for reference, people can see what there is, and there'll be links to everything as well, so... Oh no. Oh, please stop at that signal. Our points are set for us, so it should be stopping. It stopped. Lovely. Yes, the content list will have link. Basically, it will list everything that I've got within TrainSim, and it will have a link to that item. In theory, this train should be there. We go. Right, we're clear now. That's it, all the way to Chippenham. So yeah, the links would be, so for example, if I've bought something on, say, Just Trains, it's at the moment an Excel spreadsheet. So you got the type it is with its route, a loco, reskin, all that sort of stuff. The name of what it actually is. So for example, route from Just Trains is Western Main Lines, and then there's a link that takes you directly to their website for that product. And I'm slowly getting through everything, but I'm going to include everything I get, even stuff from UK Train Sim and other sources. As long as there's a website link, I'll put it in the list, and obviously credit the relevant authors or developers for what it is. And it's not just for people to see what I've got and make suggestions on what scenarios they want to see or whatever from what I've got, but also so they can also get hold of it if they haven't got anything themselves. And also for reference for myself, so if I get something that comes with a list of requirements of DLC, I can just quickly look at this list and tick off what I've got. Yeah, it was a slight moment of panic. Luke. I was thinking about reversing, but if that HST didn't stop at the signal, I'd have to reverse all the way back to Swindon with it chasing me. That had made for an interesting interesting scenario. Right, 7 miles then back to Chippenham. Downhill most of the way as well, so we should be able to get some speed up. But we can actually see. Put the map up. Here we are, heading back past Lynham, RAF Lynham. It's all closed now. Behind that hill. There's Chippenham just coming onto the map. There we go, 86 mile an hour, that's the fastest we have gone. What's the maximum speed of this? Ah, you did, Graham. I wonder who that was. Oh, we're going to hit 90. Nice. Sims 100,001, thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. Hope you're well. .91 mile an hour. No worries, Graham. I'm good, thank you, Sims. Right, we're losing speed now because we're on the flat. So that downhill definitely helped us. Right, now this is going to be fun, testing the brakes. Give me a second just to stop at the my home station. We're slowing down all right for this. Sims, yeah, this game, I really like it. Obviously, relative to Train Sim World, it's old technology, but it's loads and loads of content, loads you can do on it, and customize it. But the fact that I think, I'm just looking now, nearly 2,500 hours of it I've played. I think that says how much I like it. And here we are, back at Jippen. Stop at the end of the canopy like it does in reality. There we go. That's good. And actually, when I went to this station Friday, I stood about here, just before this bridge has been replaced. I think I talked about it in another stream, and I did actually get a photo of this building here, which was built by Brunel and used as his office while he was building the Great Western. Bad luck, he did not complete the scenario successfully. That's because I was late to everything. So. Right then. So I think that's the actual first scenario of my own that I've built and played on a stream. Wait for the to load. If you like trains, I definitely recommend it, Sims. What's happening here then? There we go. Penalty brakes applied twice. I only recalled one. When we pass the signal danger. Picked up 2 out of 3 because I was so late to one of them. Okay. Right, now let me put this full screen a minute. Now I assume yes, yeah, 50% off with 3 routes is oh, of course, yeah, we're going to do Faversham. It's just saying, yeah, 50% off with 3 routes when you consider the full price is normally for 1 route. It's definitely worth getting. I was just seeing if there is some DLC. I've just literally got some DLC this evening at 50% off. Oh, yeah, I got West Somerset Railway as well the other day. Forgot about that. Right, let's do London Faversham. Yeah. Which one would you like to see, Graham? Far Horizons, Frostfall, or There and Back Again? So I've got 1,000 points on each of those. That one I've only got 990. There is so much DLC to choose from. Shortest one, There and Back Again. Let's do it. Yeah, I think if you add everything to the basket, let's do it now. I think it comes with the same 3 scenarios, but in standard form. I should have had a look, shouldn't I? I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the same 3 scenarios, but in standard. So you can do them in standard and then do them in career. If I go to Steam, yeah, Sims, how much is it altogether DLC endgame? Oh, this will give you an idea of how much DLC there is. If I go to Train Sim, Store, sorry, let's go there, DLC. Let's pause the game a second. Okay, I'm going to click the button, add all DLC to cart. What I'm going to make sure I do is not actually press the button to buy. Your items have been added. So Sims, I've added all the DLC to the cart. There's 426 items. None of it's on sale at the moment on Steam. But as Graham said, there is stuff for sale on Dovetail's own website. But if I was to purchase this today, £4,800. That's including stuff I already own, so. No, she wouldn't. How do I remove? No, I don't want to remove individually. Remove all items. There we go. Yes. I'll do that now before I forget. There we go. That's empty now. Right. Yeah, £4,800 worth of DLC. Right, let's put the rail driver camera on and the map. Today you'll be working purely on the high-speed section, driving from Ebbsfleet to St Pancras and then back to Ebbsfleet. Start by loading passengers here before departing for Stratford. You are due to depart at 13:27. So, oh, there's plenty. Hit gift to Graham. Right, let's load passengers. If I ever won the lottery, then I would just do that. Add all the DLC to cart. I'd also have to buy a new hard drive because it wouldn't all fit. So we are driving the 395. Set up the lights, which the rail driver should work. There we go. We're driving purely on the high speed with the overhead cables. And at this station we do actually have a third rail as well. So if we were to go this way, right, no, if we were to go the other way, then we leave the overheads, not there, and go on to third rail, which goes all the way up to Gillingham. The signalling system is the same as the TGVs in France. It's the French signalling system. So we'll be running in kilometers an hour. And this display here will display our speed limits. Let's put this in forwards, ready to go. You're ready to make your way to Stratford. Good luck. So quite simply, throttle on. Put the rail driver into kilometers an hour on here now. So we're starting on the normal UK signalling system. So we got those coloured signals. And there we go. Now we're into the French signalling system. We have an 80 km/h speed limit at the moment. There's a just have to watch our speed here as we roll down the hill, because we're going to start by going under a tunnel. Right, we've got a 100 km speed limit. I've lost points for drive quality. Yes, you have to make sure, Sims and Graham, when you buy a loco, that you have the route with the scenarios it's intended for. So these flags here are the signal markers. Still got 100 km/h limit. Right, we've got 225 km/h limit now, so full power, get up to that. We're actually just going under the Thames. You'll see on the map now. And if I zoom out, you'll get an idea of where we are in London. So right over the east side. There is a driver vigilance on this train as well. Get our speed up, we're going to the 225, slightly downhill. And this signalling system took a while for me to understand, but once you understand it, it's actually relatively simple. You're doing over 200 kph now. Right, now this is flashing, and it stopped flashing. Basically, this is your allocated speed limit, so we can do 225. If it flashes, it means, here's a flag here. If it flashes, when you go through a flag, then it means there'll be a reduced speed limit at the next flag. And I'm speeding. So it's flashing now, so at the next signal flag, signal marker, we will be given a reduced speed limit. Now it's stopped, so we're flashing, so we're actually clear for the 225. So we're catching up with something. So now it's flashing again, we'll be given a reduced limit. Now it's stopped. Now it started because it stopped just before we went through the flag. Right, 200 kilometers is our new speed limit we've been allocated, and we have to be down to that 200 by the next flag. But it's now gone to 225. So now we have to be at 200 kph by the next flag, which we're down to already, so. We're clear for 225 again. There's a flag. Now, we've got to be down to 200 by the next flag, and it'll be reduced when we get to it. So, unless, of course, it clears before we get there. Think of it like following double yellows. You see a double yellow. So that's equivalent to a double yellow, telling you to reduce your speed by the next signal. But then by the time you get to it, it goes green. So that's what's happening here. Right, so now we've got 170. Let's slow down to 170. hope that's making sense about the signals. The line speed limit is on the HUD, and the line speed limit is 140. But instead of coloured signals, you're given your speed limits inside the loco, in cab. It's actually... So look, we're clear for 225 again. It's really clever because rather than going through a block, so a train accelerating up, get into a yellow, slowing down to stop at a red, this can actually reduce the train speed limit so you don't actually have to stop. It just makes the train more efficient. And in fact, on any trains travelling over 125 mile an hour has to have this signalling system on board, as far as I'm aware. So our limit's constantly changing because it's keeping us a safe distance from the train in front. We've got 170, but it's flashing, so by the next flag we've got to be down to 170, which we are, and we'll be given a reduced limit. That's equivalent to it going from a single yellow to a double yellow before we get to it. I've probably not explained it the best way, but once you understand it, it's quite straightforward. Now there are different coloured numbers, so these ones with the yellow background, the white background and the black numbers are variable speed limits, so that's, in the simplest way, the speed limits you've been assigned based on traffic. Now this one with the black background and white numbers, that's a fixed line speed limit. So although we're in a 170 kilometre limit zone, we've been given a speed limit of 130, which we're slowing down to now. He says. And it will be reduced at this flag here. So 80 kilometres now. One has a decent downhill. This one actually has quite a long downhill to get under the tunnels. Get down to the 80 kph. Right, now we've got 3 zeros. Trois rouge, 3 reds. Which means the next signal, we've got to stop before the next flag, basically. So what that's telling me is there's actually a train in the block ahead of us. And now it's cleared, so we're clear for 80. We're quick enough, we might even catch the tail end of the train leaving the station. Because this is the flag we would have had to stop at, and the train in front would have been just in the platform. So, and now we got 3 reds again because we're behind a train that's in the next block, but it's cleared. It's constant variable speed. Yeah. Just keeps everything flowing nicely. So you'll see here, this is actually the white numbers on a black background. And you'll notice that on the HUD, the speed limit's 50 miles an hour. So this is actually the line speed through this section, and because it's stopped flashing, it means we can carry on at line speed. If it was still flashing, then when we get to this flag here at the end of the platform, we'll be given a lower speed limit, which from 80 is normally 0. Hope that makes sense. Get a nice screenshot of it while we're here. You can hear something leaving. There's one on the other line now leaving, so it's heading down the hill into the tunnel. Oh. All the alarms going off. Right, we're clear to go. So, 80km limit at the moment, which is the line speed here. Yeah, I wish there were a few more scenarios for it. I haven't downloaded any custom ones that others have made yet. Once the train clears this signal block, there we go, 100. And once the back of the train's cleared that signal block, there we go, 225. We can go top speed now. And it's a very, very short sprint now to St Pancras. And if you're given the maximum line speed of 225, then you won't get any notifications going through the flags. The next notification you'll get is when you go through a flag where it's reducing the limit, which is why you got the driver reminder appliance on there. There's a flag, been given a reduced limit. Effectively telling us the next light is yellow, but then it's gone to green, so it'll probably flash again now. Yeah, basically telling us the next signal is yellow. And if it stops flashing, it means we've got green. If not, we've got 200 limit. And at the next flag, that 200 will be reduced. So we've got to be by 200 now. And now we've got to be down to 160 by the next flag. Down to 130 by the next flag. Now on the plus side of this system for train sim is we've got a line speed of 140 even though we're only allowed to do 130. So you can't lose points for speeding. If say you're doing 200 and you're meant to be doing 170. But the train system will override and put on the emergency brakes if you're going too far over your speed limit. And then you lose points. We've got a flashing 60 here, so we've got to be down to 60 by the next flag. And that's the AWS for the UK signalling system. which is now taking over. So we've got a green signal here. And now we're into actually mile-an-hour speed limits. Metric, no, imperial speed limits. I can flick this lever on the rail driver, which is now in miles an hour. We can see from the signage that we've got a 40 limit. Got a yellow ahead. Double yellow strip. This is tricky driving in here. You get caught out because it's a downhill slope all the way into the station, and you can see here we're starting a 25 mile an hour limit. Downhill all the way in. We move into platform 13. Here we are at St Pancras. There we go. Now what we need to do is actually switch cabs. So Control and plus. You see it switches us into the cab in the middle, into the other one, and to the front. So we've got 4 cabs to choose from on this. And the lights, because the rail driver is all set, the lights should have changed automatically, which they have. If I go to the back of the train now, these should be red, yeah. And we have a green to leave the platform. It's now time to make your way back to Ebbsfleet for the return journey. So, quite simply, we're already in forwards. Remember our 25 mile an hour limit coming up. Which I've completely forgotten about. Got a 40-mile-an-hour limit at the moment. Then we'll go into this tunnel and we'll be put back onto the other signalling system, which I'm trying to think what it was called. I can't remember now. Okay, that's the emergency brake applied because we were going so far over the 60 kph. Oh, God's sakes, right. There we go. To disable the emergency brake, you just slam it all the way into emergency and back out again. I'm not paying enough attention to it to get the 1,000 points. Bad enough when I got that drive quality just leaving the first station when we started. This is the short sprint to Stratford, which is all underground. There's the emergency where we're speeding. Again. So yeah, you can't just do 140 mile an hour all the way through. Down to the 100. Now we'll be given 80. Okay. No worries, Luke. Take care. There's one just leaving that side. There's another one just arriving. See how close the trains are. Literally in the time it took us to get stopped, saw one train leave and another one arrive. It's because of this signalling system. You can just get trains much closer together. Now in theory, from what I remember, you can just go full power and the train will clear this signal block before you get to the 80 kph. You'll be given the next limit. So when the back of the train clears these points just here, we'll be given the I think it's a, oh there we go. We'll be given 225. There we go. This is 16.5 miles. Doesn't take long at all. To the 225. Hear a train going by there in the other tunnel. speeding. Six miles to go. That was 10 miles we've just covered. Just love how you're doing 140 mile an hour, cutting through, weaving in and out of everything. You've got the little crests, little inclines and the ups and downs. And then this bit I absolutely love. Banking round to the right as you go up hill over this huge flyover. That wasn't it? And you just dive downhill into this tunnel. It's to start the third rail there. So if we were continuing this way, we'd drop the pantograph, put down the shoes. There is a scenario that goes right to the end of the route. There we go. Right back to where we started. Well done, driver, you've completed the scenario. 689 points. 711 down on what I have before. Just so we can see as well, Graham, the standard scenarios, I'm pretty sure it's just the 3. Oh no, there's a couple of training ones as well. The TVM signalling, that's what it was. So there's a training scenario on the signalling and one driving that loco as well. Right, what I'm going to do is exit the game a minute. In theory, leave this over. Right, let's bring here. There we go, Edinburgh to Glasgow, now in here. Got a few scenarios here. Let's do a simple one to start with. I will be back in a few minutes, just give me a few minutes and I will get this loaded and give this scenario a try. Right, I'm back. The 11768, yeah, they came with the route, didn't they? Or at least the 170 did. Don't know if this... But, the 08 is a separate DLC. But on Steam you can buy it as part of a pack with the route, so you get a little discount on it. And looking on the Dovetail, store, they're both on 50%. So, right. Good morning. You have 3 drop-offs of 5 ballast wagons each. You'll have to set manual junctions in the intermodal yard yourself. Use Grangemouth AM reception 1. Okay. So I haven't ever driven an 08 on here before, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. The 68 was separate. Right, okay. That beep you just heard then was actually my rail driver, because I've only just installed this loco. The rail driver's not set up for it, but I can go here. Okay. For some reason that's not doing it. Now in theory, oh, nice ground. It's a nice little pack, that. Right, let's for some reason I can't get the rail driver going, so right, let's just do that with full. Moving. Where do we have to go? Drop off at Greenmouth AM1, which is over there. I see, so I've got to reverse into this and then push them. It makes sense then, doesn't it, Graham? That's what you got to look for, is the packs. So. Just realised I'm getting full screen. So there we go. Oh, I've got to manually change the points, haven't I? Loading one. just to have to drop off here. 519, 538, 308. 519, 501, 520, 358, 308. Clunk. Lovely. Rangemouth, the other side. Let's see what we're going to do for that one now. Yeah, so back up into that. expected. Okay. Waiting. Didn't know it was against the timetable. Okay, so I'm late. Obviously where I sat around for ages at the start. Guard for a complete stretch. I now need to go up there. So back we go. Nice little, yeah, it's a nice little train, nice little scenario as well. I've got the rail driver now getting the data from the game, but driver can see all the plans coming from train centre. It's not able to send it for some reason. guessing they are going to stop here. The third and final drop-off is complete. Stop it. Grangemouth, I am loco to finish the scenario, which is on there. In reverse. Release the brakes. Finish the scenario then. I can only assume I'm going to fail it visually points wise because I spent so long at the start just idling. Point loss was there as well. Okay, final score. Predictions, please. I got 975, but the other way from where I wanted it. Minus 175. Don't really say good work. I've lost that many points. But, yeah, first drive of that loco, I like that. Right, standards. We won't do that one. Edinburgh to Glasgow. We've got all these different liveries for the 170s. I got the 57 in here as well. '57's quite a good loco. I've got a reskin by, well, I think it was by now. I think Super Alps. Who's made the okay, the GWR sleeper. Should we do a quick drive? Don't do many quick drives. Riviera. So this is 57 with a reskin by, I'm sure it's by Super Alps, for the GWR Night Riviera, with the coaches as well to go with it, which is quite cool. Pouring myself another drink. Lemonade. Oh, by the way, I am actually catching the train into Bristol tomorrow. So from Chippenham to Bristol, so a nice little sprint. I've got to get into Bristol for a certain time, so but for a few extra pence. Have a look at this then. Get a return ticket, so I'm gonna have the 2 kids with me. But it means I can hang around at Bristol Temple Meads for a little bit, and I'll try and get on an 800 to come back. If there's one about. Rail driver's not working at the moment because it's actually trying to install all the other stuff now. E goes in there. I haven't driven this one properly yet, actually. Engine stop, engine start. We got... Look at that, we can move the newspaper. Instrument dimmer switch. Park brake. Oh, here we go, up here. Instrument lights on, cab light on this. Outside lights tonight. For some reason. Oh, the red's from the signal. That'll do for now. Let's release the brakes. Hey, well, this looks like a very nice... It's not just a reskin, it's a complete... What's this? No. Not just a reskin, it's a complete rebuild. Right, we need to turn off the cab light. Okay. Right. Is there something I haven't done to get it moving? I've got the emergency brake on this one. Shouldn't wait till the brakes release. There we go. the sounds are for the carriages. No worries, Graham. Take care. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Too early in the morning, blasting horns, but yeah, got no sounds for the radio coaches. For some reason, the rail driver's not working. this would be the last scenario I do tonight. Last drive anyway. Buttons working, just the levers aren't. It's foggy morning here and there. And the Dawlish. Go through Dawlish. Through the series of tunnels. So 5 miles into Newton Abbot. now then, oops, arriving at Newton Abbott. Well done, you've reached the end of this quick drive. Lovely. Right. I think I'm gonna call it a night. So, thank you. Oh, look at that, the game's just dumped as well. So, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't followed yet, please do hit that follow button or subscribe. I'm going to add a load of perks for subscribers over the next couple of days, as soon as I get a chance between work and family. Other than that, I shall see you on my next scheduled stream, which will be Wednesday around 8:30 UK time in the evening. Until then, just make sure that's right. Yeah, until then, take care, good night, thank you for watching.